Hi, it's Bill, the Knee Pain Guru. Today is Monday, August 26, 2019. Today we're going to talk about, the video we're going to talk about is on getting full range of motion under anesthesia. Now the title may be a little bit ambiguous, but I'll explain it in just a minute. We'll be answering questions in just a moment. So this is going to live presentation. If you're watching the replay of this, just enter your comments in the comment section. But if you are live here, you have questions, please enter those in the comment section and we'll dialogue about those. Is opportunity to ask me questions and we can get a better understanding of what you have going on with your knee. If you're watching the replay, you can also enter in those questions in the comments section, and I will address those on future videos. I use them as topics as we move forward. And make sure to give the video a thumbs up, like and subscribe to my channel, The Knee Pain Guru, as well as turn on notifications for future videos. I do these periodically throughout the week, and we'll talk about different topics as it affects your knees. So now we're getting onto the topic today that we're going to cover is on getting full range of motion under anesthesia. And I got this email from Amy. Amy is in India, and it says, I've checked your videos out on YouTube. Here we are. Related to scar tissue and how to get rid of these problems. I have a question related to knee scars when it becomes dense. Actually, I've been through arthrosis, scar removal, surgery 4 months back, and I was gaining range of motion, getting to negative 5 degrees extension and 120 degrees flexion. And then it became stiff again. Knee manipulation has been performed. That's manipulation under anesthesia, which brings almost full extension and flexion while I'm under anesthesia. This is the key, what we're going to cover today. So what she's saying is she gets full extension and flexion while she's knocked out. She's under anesthesia. Her body, she's unconscious, and the doctor is able to get full extension and flexion of the knee. When the anesthesia wears off, it becomes stiff again. So she regains consciousness after the drugs wear off, and now her knee locks up again. This is huge. This is really important in understanding why we don't have full extension and flexion in the knee. When the anesthesia wears off, I get extreme pain. What do I do? Please help me out. My latest manipulation has been performed 3 days back. What exercises should I do to gain range of motion? This topic is rich, and there's a lot of things to unpack with this because there's a lot of misconceptions on why the body isn't functioning the way we want it to. And this is what gets so many people frustrated with getting full extension and flexion in the leg because they're focusing on the wrong things. And the medical model doesn't have a full understanding, let's say a full understanding of what's going on in the body. And this is hugely important. And it's exactly what Amy is talking about in this email. When anesthesia, when she's unconscious under anesthesia, she gets full extension and flexion. When she's not, the knee locks up and the pain comes back. Well, why is that? What is the difference between being unconscious with anesthesia and being conscious after the drugs wear off? The difference is your consciousness, the nervous system, the trauma that's stuck in your neurology that's causing the leg to lock up. I don't see anybody talking about this. The point of it is there are a few beliefs that are keeping Amy stuck. One is the belief that the scar tissue is what's preventing the range of motion. If it was the scar tissue that was preventing the range of motion, then putting her under an anesthesia would not make a difference in the range of motion in the knee. It's important to see this. The scar tissue is not preventing the range of motion. The neurology is what's going on, the trauma that's stuck in her brain what in her body, in her leg, in her knee, when she's conscious, is what's stopping the range of motion in the knee. That's the first misconception of what's going on that's keeping her stuck. The second belief that's keeping her stuck is that exercises, strengthening the leg, is going to be the solution to get her out of pain and increase the range of motion. It's just not going to happen. This reminds me of a quote by Einstein. I don't know. I did a little research, and maybe Einstein didn't do this quote, but the essence of the quote is what I'm focusing on. We can't solve the problem at the level the problem was created. We have to come from a higher level, a higher understanding, in order to resolve the issue. So where is the issue? The issue is in the knee. The issue is in the leg. The issue is in the body, physical body. It's on this level. If we just focus on increasing the range of motion in the knee, thinking we're going to break down scar tissue through exercise, it's at the same level the problem was created. We have to come from a higher level, a higher understanding of what's going on in the knee that's preventing the range of motion, extension and flexion, in order to get the leg to unlock, to increase the range of motion. That's the big piece. Here's an analogy. You're driving a car. Your foot's on the gas, your foot's on the brake, and you're driving the car. Physical therapy, the Western medical model, is saying step on the gas harder. The harder we step on the gas, yes, the car will continue to go, but as soon as you take your foot off the gas, the car's going to stop again because your foot's still on the brake. That's because the nervous system is essentially jamming on the brake to protect your knee from the trauma that it's experienced. The accident, the injury, the surgery, whatever it's been through is a trauma that gets stuck in the neurology of the body. If we just look at the body on a physical level and say strengthen the leg, you're only going to get so far. You're going to work really hard. And the moment you stop exercising, primarily because the knee's going to hurt, you're going to be right back where you were from, where you started. And that's consequently what happens with a conventional approach to addressing what's going on in the knee. Going back to the analogy, what would make the car go faster and easier with less effort? We took our foot off the brake. If we addressed the neurology of what's going on and begin to rewire that, to teach the body how to unwind and how to let go of that tension of what's going on in the knee, so the knee can extend and flex just like it did when Amy was under anesthesia. When there wasn't a conscious component that's going on, we can rewire that. That is totally doable and feasible. Now, it sounds pretty unattainable, very distant and far off, but it actually isn't. Our body knows how to do this, and it does it on certain levels throughout the day, through comfort. Through comfort, like when you're sitting. You're sitting here watching this video. You get kind of tired of leaning on the right side, so you lean over on the left side. The body continually moves to a position of comfort, to relax, to let go of tension. When you're sleeping, you roll over. Right side, left side, on your back, on your stomach, where you're most comfortable. The body wants to go to a place with a greater range of motion, a greater ease of movement. We could begin working with this in the knee joint itself, with the intrinsic movement of the joint, to begin to change the neurological signaling that's going on in the knee, going on in the leg, going on in the hips and lower back, all the way to the brain and back. See, it's not just enough to think positive thoughts that the knee's going to be better. We have to give the knee evidence. We have to give the knee support as well. Yes, we have to have a positive mindset, but we have to give the joint evidence as well, how to get the pressure off of the nerves, the tiny little nerves the width of an eyelash that are being squeezed, sending a signal to the brain that there's pain. Now, I don't know what exactly happened to Amy's knee initially. She doesn't go in the details. We start out with she had this problem. The scar tissue was building up. She had the surgery to remove the scar tissue. So you can see we had an initial injury, a trauma that gets stuck in the nervous system. Then she had surgery to repair what was going on. Then she had more trauma to remove the scar tissue buildup. And what ends up happening is it keeps compounding. It keeps adding up in the neurology of the body, because the body, every time it experiences, oh, gee, another surgery, another injury, the knee hurts, the body tenses up to protect itself. And every time it does that, it jams on the brake a little bit harder, a little bit harder, a little bit harder. So it makes it even more and more difficult to exercise, to push the knee. That's the essence. That is the concept of what we're talking about. You want to do more research on it? You could look up strain counter strain by an osteopath named Lawrence Jones out of Oregon. You could look in the depth of it. I've done extensive study in that field, and what it is it's working with the intrinsic movement of the joint, focusing all on comfort. You want to know more information? From my perspective, head on over. This is where I teach clients to do it for themselves. You can head over to my website, thekneepainguru.com. And I have lots of information and data over there that you can check out. You can also jump on my newsletter where I give tips and tricks and about approaching knee pain in a different way. If you have questions, please enter those over in the comments section over on the right. For those that this was sent out to my newsletter list, so if you receive this in an email of mine, you can go down below this. There is a link. You can sign up for Knee Club. That is a private coaching group where we work twice a week, giving you real strategies, things that you can implement, homework to get your knee out of pain. And then with that feedback of what you have experienced as a result of introducing comfort, I coach people through that process. So they get full range of motion in the knee pain goes away, their legs get stronger, they feel younger, all that kind of good stuff. So if you have questions, please enter those over in the comments section. I believe I'm pointing in the right direction. And if not, well, you'll figure it out. Okay, live chat. Let me see, top chat here. Pop-out chat. Sometimes that didn't, nope. No questions came in. Okay, we're gonna scoot. This is Bill Paravano, the Knee Pain Guru, once again reminding you, give the video a thumbs up, like and subscribe to my channel, the Knee Pain Guru. Turn on notifications for future videos, as well as share this video with those that you know that limp. Thank you so much, and appreciate you either watching me straight off of YouTube or being on my newsletter list. Thank you, and I will see you on the next video.